Hi, folks, welcome back. On this channel, I've taken a look at a bunch of studies that look at how AI is being adopted for work and what the effect of that has been. So, in this video, I wanted to summarize some of those studies. So, let's get right into it. The headline finding is that the reason AI is getting adopted at work is that people are seeing gains. They're seeing gains in throughput, getting more tasks done, in speed, finishing tasks faster, in quality as judged by human evals, and in concentration, which means focusing more on their core tasks. And this effect has been seen across multiple domains. There have been studies focusing on business consultants, on programmers, on HR workers, and they found similar effects. The other thing to note is that these gains were significant, double-digit gains. Writing tasks completed 44% faster, almost a standard deviation above normal. Output quality increasing by about 0.4 of a standard deviation. Programmers spending 15% more time on core coding tasks. 25% faster task completion, 40% improvement in task quality. So all these gains are significant, and that's what is driving the adoption of AI at work. But once you look past that main headline, you have to be aware of how to appropriately apply AI, because otherwise you run into some pitfalls. The biggest one is that performance degrades for tasks that AI is not good at. One study found a 19% point decline in tasks that were outside AI's capabilities. Another very common concern is learning dependency. In a study with students, the students that used AI to just get solutions without understanding the material performed much more poorly on a closed book exam where they could not use AI. No surprise there. Another interesting failure mode is trusting the AI too much. One study found that when the test population was told that the AI they were using was very high quality, they laid back and reduced their effort, which led to worse outcomes. The other part of the test population that was told they were using a lower quality AI did not let their guard down and got better outcomes. AI changes the way people work and how they allocate their time to tasks. Like we mentioned earlier a bit, people spend more time on core work. In a study of people using AI on GitHub, they found that programmers spent 20% more time on core coding tasks and dropped by a corresponding amount the time on non-core tasks like project management. A really positive finding was that the time they freed up, they used for more exploratory tasks, more exploratory coding activities. In another study, people shifted their time more towards coming up with new ideas and editing rather than labor-intensive rough drafts. I mentioned how students who just cribbed solutions from AI performed poorly, but on the flip side, students that used AI for explanations to actually understand the material and engage with it scored much better on closed book tests after that. That study also found that if students were given tutors with guardrails, this risk of AI dependency was mitigated to a large extent. The guardrails were relatively simple things like prompting the tutor LLM to not give away solutions and to nudge the students towards thinking about the concepts and coming up with solutions by themselves, step by step. So how do people feel about all this? Here it's a bit of a mixed picture. Some studies found that people had much higher job satisfaction and reported self-efficacy when they were using AI. And this is probably a side effect of the fact that they saw decent productivity gains when using AI. On the flip side, not surprisingly, a lot of people were worried about long-term job security. One pattern that many studies found across different domains was that lower ability workers had the most to gain from AI. On business tasks, lower ability workers increased their productivity by almost 60%, whereas for higher ability workers, the bump was only about 20%. And similar findings were noticed in programming as well. So that was a quick rundown of a bunch of studies that looked at how people are adopting AI for work, how it's changing the work themselves, how people feel about it, and there were some common patterns across all these studies. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like content like this, please consider subscribing, like the video, and I will see you all next time. Thank you very much.